Vital to the economic and ecological health of our region, Galveston Bay is also a wonderful source of recreational fun for Texans and visitors alike. Here at the Galveston Bay Foundation, we are dedicated to preserving, protecting, and enhancing this great natural resource. And every year, we honor individuals and organizations who make meaningful contributions to our mission.
The Galveston Bay Foundation is an organization that's mission is to preserve, protect, and enhance the Galveston Bay and its source waters. And it was established in 1987 by a group of interested parties, both users and protectors, to find a way to provide a platform to debate and provide constructive solutions to sometimes complex issues relating to the Bay and to try to enhance the quality of the water in the Bay. The Guardian of Bay Award is a new award, and the reason for it is to provide a model for others in stewardship positions, whether they be public servants, industry, or individuals. And the three people we've selected are just that.
Today, we are proud to acknowledge the 2011 Guardian of the Bay Award recipients for her strong leadership in forging a groundbreaking agreement between the City of Houston and environmental groups to resolve contested water rights and assure adequate return flows of fresh water to Galveston Bay, Mayor Annise Parker.
I'm absolutely honored to be named a Guardian of the Bay. One of my earliest childhood memories is learning how to fish in Galveston Bay. I had an uncle who had a fishing camp actually right at the end of the seawall on Galveston Island. And I caught a little tiny catfish that was, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches long, and I was so proud of that fish. I can still remember it. It's very difficult to balance the environmental needs of one of the largest metropolitan areas in the United States. The City of Houston has extensive water rights in the region and requires those water rights in order to meet the needs of our citizens and grow into the future. And yet, for the business that comes through the Port of Houston and for the recreational and environmental aspects of the Bay, we all have to work together to make sure that the entire system stays healthy. This is just the beginning of a dialogue that I can be engaged in with everyone who loves the Bay to make it better.
For their exemplary record of socially responsible practices and generous ongoing support of organizations, programs, and events that benefit the environment and the community, Shell and Motiva.
Shell works with other companies, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, government agencies, groups like Galveston Bay Foundation to really achieve common goals. Our project managers, our business leaders realize that they must deliver their projects and run their operations in an environmentally responsible manner. We're proud to have been partners with Galveston Bay Foundation for 10 years now, various projects over the years, most recently with the Galveston Bay Foundation's Bike Around the Bay. Galveston Bay has suffered from the effects of storms and subsidence and taken a big toll on marsh grass, wetland areas, and those are really vital parts of the ecosystem. So a lot of our projects have been to restore those areas, marsh grass and wetlands, and we see a lot of activity in the future continuing that effort. We're really lucky to be in the Galveston Bay area and have this at our doorstep. We also see that our operations have impact on Galveston Bay, and we always seek to operate safely and in an environmentally sound manner. That's our vision at Shell and Motiva.
For her dedication and hard work on behalf of the Houston Endowment, for her passionate support of environmental organizations in the Houston area, and for her many contributions to the Galveston Bay Foundation over the years, Ann Hamilton.
Houston Endowment was not really involved in environmental grant making at the beginning, and so we were looking around at everything because we kind of knew we were going to get involved in it. And some of the groups that came to us had their act together and some didn't. Well, Galveston Bay had been founded by a group of people who loved the bay. So when they brought their first grant to us, we knew that it involved a lot of hard work on the front end and coming up with a clear mission, clear goals, and a way to turn things around. So it was solid when they brought us the grant, and they had a plan, and they had a strong mission, and they had committed people that were willing to get down and dirty and get involved and do projects and do advocacy, do public policy, and do education and research. All of those things are encompassed in the mission. Prairie restoration and coastal restoration are passions of mine. I'm very involved with birds and coastal birds, and I want to see a place for them in the future, and the Galveston Bay Foundation is going to make that happen.
We're standing here at Sylvan Beach, and it's a good example of the type of reconstruction and stewardship that Galveston Bay Foundation wants to be a part of and wants to have its members associated with. And it is an area in which at the turn of the century was a focus point and a resource for the community of Houston and the surrounding area to get to water, into the beach, and to that resource. And over the years it came into disrepair, and it was no longer a real beach. And now, if you look around, you see that this has been restored not only to have more accessibility, but to be, in fact, a beach again.
Shell Motiva, we're really honored to be recognized by Galveston Bay Foundation as Guardians of the Bay. I see us having continued activities, planting grass, doing marsh restoration projects, and urge other companies and other organizations to do the same.
And the mission of the Galveston Bay Foundation is so profound, and they've never steered away from that mission. Their work in conservation and education and advocacy and in public policy, making a difference in the Bay.
I have a responsibility as mayor of Houston to advocate for the city. I have a responsibility as a human being to make sure that we protect the region in which this city sits, and that we do what we can, and I certainly want to do what I can to make sure that that bay stays healthy.
This is what it's all about, making it better and returning what we have in better shape than we took it.